or rather to say that Brahman is non-dual as well as dual. Atreke varnayanti purnat karanat purnam karyam udrichyate. So purnam adaha is remote, karanam, so Brahman is purnam, karanam Brahma is purnam. Idam is pratyaksham, so karyam Brahma also is purnam. Purnam adaha, purnam idam. Adaha is karanam, idam is karyam. So Brahman is karanatmakam, Brahma is purna. Brahman as cause is complete, Brahman as effect is complete. Purna, purna mudachyate. From the real cause, a real effect emerges. So this statement is taken literally. Purna, purna mudachyate. From the cause which is complete and real, the effect which is also real emerges. That is what is meant. Purnat karanat purnam karyam udrichyate. Udriktam karyam vartamana kalavi purnameva paramartha vastu bhutam. So Brahma Satyam, Jagat Satyam. Jagat is so udriktam karyam, the Jagat that has thus emerged from Brahma. Vartamana kalevi, even as it is. Namrupatmakam Jagat purnameva paramartha vastu bhutam. So Brahman is real. Even so the reality of Brahman is not sacrificed on account of its becoming creation. That's the idea. You don't have to insist that Brahman is only one way, that Brahman is real only when it is non-dual, and that Brahman is real even when it is dual. Why not? You don't have to talk about Maya, etc. That this is also complete. So Brahman does not give up its reality even when it becomes, not when it appears. So we say that in order for Brahman to be real, the duality must be appearance. He says no, Brahman is real even when duality is real. So as dual Brahman or as karyatmakam Brahma also is complete, as karanatmakam non-dual also is complete. Udriktam karyam vartaman kalevi purnameva paramartha vastu bhutam dvaida rupena. Dvaida rupena api purnam vartaman ka. Even now, as duality also is complete, means what? Paramartha vastu bhutam. It is absolutely real. Alright, so purnamadaha, purnamidam, so karanatmakam Brahma purnam, karyatmakam Brahma purnam, because karanam which is purnam, karya which is purnam alone emerges. Then purnasya, purnamadaya. So when that purnam Brahman takes unto itself adaya, takes unto itself the karyatmakam Brahman, and then purnameva avasishyate. At the time of pralaya, all that remains is purnam Brahman. Then you don't have this bheda of the karya and karana, so only karanatmakam Brahma remains. So Bhattacharya explains his mantra is explaining creation, sustenance and dissolution. Purnat, purnam udachyate is creation. Purnam idam is what? Sustenance. And purnasya, purnamadaya, purnameva avashishyate is dissolution. This is so therefore this mantra in fact describes that creation, sustenance and dissolution, all of them are real, and that Brahman is real as karanam as well as karyam. Punah pralaya kale purnasya karyasya purnatam adaya purnasya purnamadaya. So purnasya karyasya. Purnamadaya means what? Purnatam adaya. Of the karyam that is purna, so taking the purnata of that karya, atmani dhitva purnameva avashishyate. So what Brahman does at the time of dissolution is that it folds up unto itself the wholeness of the karya. That's how as karya also it comes out as whole, because in the dissolution that wholeness also is now withdrawn unto itself, and as karanatmana it remains purnam, and since the wholeness is there, that wholeness alone emerges as karya. Purnameva avashishyate karanarupam. At the time of dissolution, the Purnam remains as Karanarupam, time of creation, sustenance, it remains as Karyatmakam, also Purnam. Evam Utpatti Sthiti Pralayeshu Trishu Apikaleshu Karyakaranayoho Purnatayava. So understand, when they talk of Trishu Apikaleshu, Trikale Vitishtati Disat, that Trikala is in fact these three avasthas are meant, Srushti, Sthiti and Laya. We should rather even say waking, dream and deep sleep also, three avasthas. Evam Utpatti Sthiti Pralayeshu Trishu Apikaleshu Karyakaranayoho Purnata Eva. Thus in all the three periods of time, the creation, sustenance and dissolution, so Karyakaranayoho, both Karya and Karana, both of them are Purna, both of them are complete. Sacha eka eva Purnata Karyakaranayoho Bhedena Vipadishyate. So one Purnata, which is Vipadishyate, is indicated here as Karanam as well as Karya. Evam cha Dvaita Dvaitatmakam Ekam Brahma. So Brahman is one. Inherently both Dvaita and Dvaita. So this is one reality, which is thus both the non-dual as well as dual. That by becoming dual, not appearing but becoming dual, its Purnata or wholeness is not sacrificed. That's what Shruti says and that's what we accept. So by becoming dual, the wholeness is not sacrificed. It remains whole even when it becomes dual, and when it folds up that duality, then it remains Purnam. It unfolds the duality, then also it remains Purnam. One truth, like a sari, you fold it up and unfold it. That's how it doesn't cease to remain a sari. So Brahman can be folded up and unfolded, doesn't cease to remain Brahman. In Pralayasta, folded up Brahman. In the creation and the sustenance, unfolded. And thus, the wholeness is not sacrificed in any way. Yatha kila samudra jalataranga fena budbudadhyatmaka eva. So what do you call samudra? What is samudra? Jalataranga fena budbudadhyatmaka. Ocean is jala, taranga, fena, budbuda. The water, the waves, the foam, the bubbles, that's what makes up the whole ocean. Yathata jalam satyam tadudbhavascha taranga fena budbudadaya samudratma bhutaha. See, from the water, when the waves and the foam and the bubbles, when they emerge, it still remains ocean. As water also it is ocean, and as waves and bubbles and foam also it is ocean. So yatha jalam satyam tadudbhavascha taranga fena budbudadaya samudratma bhutaha eva. It is not that when the water emerges as wave and foam and bubble, that those waves and foam and bubble are not samudra. They still remain of the nature of ocean alone. So oceanness is not sacrificed because it becomes a wave and foam and bubble. Avirbhava tirobhava dharmina paramatha satyaha eva. So what's the nature of this wave and foam and the bubble? Avirbhava tirobhava dharmina, of the nature of emerging and merging again. So paramatha satyaha. So emerging and merging is of real waves and real foam and real bubbles. So the nature is to emerge and merge back, and Paramat Satya, they are absolute real, they are true. Evam sarvedam dvaitam Paramat Satyameva. In that manner, this whole dvaitam, or the world of duality, is absolutely real. The Jivatma also is real. Jalataranga adhisthaniyam, samudra jalasthانiyam to param brahma. Whatever jalataranga, but anyway, so taranga, fena budbuddha adhisthaniyam, that's what you have to say. And samudra jalasthāniyam tu param. So samudra jala is different from this jala, I don't understand. But anyway, so evam sarvamidam dvaitam parama satyameva jala tarangadi sthaniyam. So now what we have in the ocean is jala, taranga, and phena and budbuddha. And when all these variations are not there, all there is samudra jala, call it this way. So there is samudra jala without any variations, and there is jala along with the variations. So samudra jala sthaniyam tu param brahma. What is samudra jala? But anyway, so without this variation, I have missed taranga, samudra, we have to imagine. Evam chikala dvaitasya satyatve karmakandasya pramanyam. In this manner, when we accept the duality also as real, then karmakandasya pramanyam, the known karmakanda of the Veda also becomes pramana. Yada punaha dvaitam dvaitamiva avidyakritam mrigatashnikāvat anutam. If, as you say, the dvaitam is dvaitamiva, not really the duality is not real, mrigatashnikāvat anutam is unreal like the mirage water, avidyakritam, purely a product of ignorance. If this is what you say, that is true. If, as you say, this is true, then advaitameva paramartha, and then you say that only non-dual is real, tada kila karma kandam vishaya bhavada pramanam bhavati. If duality of jivatma is not true, then karma kanda is all meant for the jivatma, and therefore, if, as you say, jivatma is unreal, then karma kanda does not have anybody to talk to, anybody to address. Therefore, whole karma kanda will become jalpa. It is talking to someone that is not there. So karma kanda is giving instruction, vidhi and nisheda, to someone who is not there. And that means what? It doesn't have any vishaya. There is nobody to address, and therefore it will become redundant. Let it become redundant. Vedanta will say, Tasacha virodheva syat. He says, no, that's not right. That will be contradictory. What's contradictory? Veda ekadesha bhuta Upanishad pramanam. Then Vedanta will say that Upanishad, which is one part of Veda, is pramanam. Paramartha dvaita advaita vastu pratipadakam. By delineating or expounding the Paramartha Advaita Vastu, therefore Upanishad alone is Pramanam. Apramanam karmakandam asad dvaita vishayatvat, and since karmakanda now has its vishaya, the subject matter or the scope, only with reference to something that is unreal, therefore it becomes apramanam, redundant, or not pramana, not the valid means of knowledge, and only according to you, only Upanishad will retain its pramanya. So one small portion of the Veda retains the pramanya, the rest of the Veda becomes apramanam. Tad viroda parijihirshaya shrutyaya taduktam. Since that viroda should not be there, to remove that contradiction, Shruti says that both non-dual as well as dual, both of them are real. Shrutyaya taduktam. Karyakarana satyatvam shrutyaya taduktam. Shrutyaya tat karyakaranayoho satyatvam uktam. So Shruti says the satyatvam, the truthfulness, the reality of both karya as well as karana, when it says purnat purnam udachyate. So from the purna karanam, the purna karyam arises or emerges. And the purna karya is being unfolded up, then the purna karanam alone remains in the state of resolution, and thus Shruti very clearly says that both the non-dual as well as dual, both of them are real. Samudrat Purnamada ityadina. So by that mantra, this is what the Shruti says. Samudra remains Samudra without the foam and bubble and waves, and remains Samudra. Even when there are waves and foam and bubble are there, Samudra does not cease to be Samudra. When the waves and the bubbles and the foams emerge, and again does not cease to be Samudra when they are not there. So that's how very neat explanation is given. Very neat explanation is given as far as explanation is concerned. As far as the vyavastha is, it's very nice, a nice model. Whether or not that stands to the scrutiny of vichara remains to be seen. But as a model, it is very nice. Bhashyakara says, tadasat. It is wrong. All of this explanation is not right. Vishishta Vishaya Apavada Vikalpayo Asambhavad. Apavada Vikalpayo Asambhavad. Apavada exception. Vikalpa choice. Exception and choice as they obtain Vishishta Vishaya. So when there is something that is qualified, so with reference to something that is qualified, there can be exception as well as choice. Although as Anandagiri explains, Vishishta Vishaya is Advaitam Brahma. So in Advaitiya Brahma, the question of choice or alternative cannot be. Choice as well as exception cannot be in the non-dual Brahman. In the dual, there can be choice as well as exception. Tasmat nahiyam suvivikshita kalpana. Therefore, this is not a well-considered view. What you are stating is, it's a nice thing, but not a well-considered view, because it involves lots of contradictions. Kasmat, how do you say that? How do you say that the neat arrangement that we presented is not well conceived? How do you say that? Yatha, then it explains, Yatha kriya vishaye utsarga praptasya ekadeshe apavadaha kriyate. See here, when you are talking about karanatmakam brahma also is purna, karyatmakam brahma also is purna, that means that you are accepting two different avasthas of one purna. That in one state the purna is karanatmakam, in another state purna is karyatmakam. So it can be karanatmakam as well as karyatmakam, the choice is there. That in dissolution Brahman remains merely karanatmakam and purna, and in creation becomes karyatmakam, the choice is there. Or exception is that even though Brahman is non-dual, it can be dual as well. This kind of exception or the choice cannot be in nirvishesha, in the partless non-dual thing. But where is it possible then? It is possible in the kriya vishaya. Yatha kriya vishaye utsarga praptasya ekadeshe apavadaha. As far as the kriya or the rituals or the action or activities are concerned, the rule, the general rule, there can be an exception to the general rule. So the rule that generally applies everywhere, there can be exception that it does not apply in a particular case or in a particular situation. Yatha ahimsan sarvabhutani anyatra tirthebhyah iti. So na himsayat sarvabhutani, one should not hurt any living being. That's utsarga, the general rule. Then it says ahimsan sarvabhutani anyatra tirthebhyah iti. It says that he does not kill or does not hurt any living being except where it is stated in Shastra. Iti himsa sarvabhuta vishaya utsargena nivarita tirthe vishishta vishaye jyotishtomadu anujñāyate. So himsa nivarita, utsargena nivarita. Himsa that is in fact negated by the general rule that one should not injure any living being. Tirthe vishishta vishaye jyotishtomadu anujñāyate. But in jyotishtoma, which are the yagas that are enjoined by the scriptures, there is an acceptance of that injuring of the creatures, even though injuring creatures is prohibited as a general rule. This is an example as to how with reference to kriya there can be this kind of situation, namely an exception is there. Nacha tatha vastu vishaye iha. But that cannot be here with reference to what we are discussing, namely with reference to the truth of reality. Iha Advaitam Brahma Utsargena Pratipadya Purnamadaha. When it is said that, so Brahman is Purnam. Having said that Brahman is Purnam, Utsargena Pratipadya Punaha Tadekadeshe Apavaditum Shakyate, so that Brahman is non-dual as a general rule. And they say, no, when it becomes Karyatmakam, it becomes dual also. So as Karya, there is an exception that it becomes dual. So that kind of Apavaditam, an exception cannot be. In non-dual, there cannot be an exception of duality. That when it becomes Karyatmakam, that Brahman is non-dual, Advityam and Purnam. But when Brahman becomes Karyatmakam, when Brahman now emerges as effect, then it becomes dual. So what is non-dual as a general rule becomes dual in the state of creation. Thus there is what we call Utsarga and Apavada. So generally Brahman is non-dual, but as in the state of creation, it becomes dual. So this is a non-dual becoming dual in the state of creation. Brahmana Advaitatvad Ekadesha Anupattehe Advaitad Eva Ekadesha Anupattehe. Brahman being non-dual also is partless, and therefore it cannot have part like the that it is a part of it, Ekadeshatvam. That is Karyatmakam. That Karya is the part of Karanam, etc. This kind of relationship cannot be. So far we had come in our last discussion on the page 1365. Sri Anandagiri Vishaya Bhede Sati Utsarga Apavada Drashtau Tavat Advitiye Brahmani Sambhavataha Vishaya Bhede Sati. So footnote number 2, Avantara Bhedavati Vishaya Ityartha. So Avantara Bhedavati Vishaya. If there is any Vishaya or any object which has an internal differences, like the body, which is one having the internal differences, so Svagata Bheda. So Svagata Bheda Vati Vishaya. So Vishaya which is possessed of the internal duality or internal differences, Sati Utsarga Apavada Drashtavu. That Utsarga the general rule and Apavada the exception that can be seen. Utsarga Apavada Natavat Advitiye Brahmani Sambhavataha, but they cannot be possible in non-Brahman, that is non-dual. Nahi Brahma Advayameva Jayate Liyate Chaiti Sambhavanaspadaṁ iti bhavaha. So, footnote number 3, Nanu Advitiyevi Brahmani Utpatyavacchinnatva Prayavacchinnatvaabhyam Bhavishyati eva Avantarvedaha. So why not? Advitiyevi Brahmani. Alright, Brahman is non-dual, even then. So, Utpatti avacchinnatva pralayavacchinnatvaabhyam. That very non-dual Brahman, which is in one case characterized by the creation, in the case characterized by dissolution. So as circumscribed by the idea of creation, as circumscribed by the idea of dissolution, Bhavishyate avantar vedaha. Why not one Brahman alone? As associated with the state of creation can be different, and associated with the state of dissolution can be different. So Bhavishyate avantar vedaha. It says na ityaha. No, it is not. How? Anandagiri says nahi Brahma advayameva jayate liyate chaiti. That one non-dual Brahman alone is created, so it is born as well as gets dissolved. It emerges as well as emerges, and emergicity, the sambhavanaspadam. This kind of states cannot be in Brahman, that is non-dual. So Utsarga Apavada Anupattivat Brahmani Vikalpa Anupattesya Tadekarasam Eshyatavyam ityaha. So how there cannot be this Utsarga and Apavada? Utsagra general rule that Brahman is non-dual, but that when it comes to state of creation, it becomes dual. In a state of creation, there is an apavada in the non-duality, that it becomes dual. This utsarga apavada cannot be. So utsarga apavada anupattivat, just as it is non-tenable that there can be this general rule as well as exception in Brahman which is non-dual, similarly also, Vikalpa anupattesya, there cannot be vikalpa choice with reference to Brahman, that it can be non-dual as well as dual. So what is utsarga apavada? One that is non-dual in general also becomes dual in a particular case. That's the way of looking at it, utsarga apavada. Or vikalpa, what is vikalpa? It can be non-dual, it can be dual also. That's the other way. So same thing can be explained as utsarga apavada or vikalpa. Vikalpa anupattesya, vikalpa, the choice also is not tenable, not reasonable. Never tadekarasam. So what we want is ekarasam Brahma. Not all these businesses, there cannot be āṅkarabhāṣyam. Antara and bāhyatva cannot be there. And so, when you say Brahman is non-dual as well as dual, that homogeneity sacrifice that. But since the exception or cannot be, nor the vikalpa or the choice can be, therefore, ekarasatvam, the homogeneity of Brahma is not sacrificed. Ityaha tatha iti. So Bhashyakara says the third line. Tatha vikalpa anupapattescha. Tatha, similarly. Just as the utsarga apavada were not possible, similarly also vikalpa or choice also are not tenable. Vikalpa anupattescha. Footnote 1 says vikalpa iti Dvaita dvaitatmakam brahma iti kalpana na yukta iti shesha. This kalpana or imagination that Brahman is dvaitatmakam and advaitatmakam is not possible. Now see Anagiri, vikalpa anupattim upapadayati. How do you say that vikalpa or choice is not tenable? I mean, doesn't satisfy the reasoning. How do you say that? For that the reasoning is given. How to explain the unreasonability of this vikalpa or choice, the reason is explained given here. Yatha ityadina. Yatha atiratre shodashinam grannati na atiratre shodashinam grannati iti grahana-grahanayoho purushadhinatvad vikalpo bhavati. Yatha, just as atiratre, in a yaga called atiratra, shodashinam grannati, some kind of vessel which is a shodashi grannati. So, in a yaga called atiratra, he uses this vessel called shodashi. Na atiratre shodashinam grannati. Then, in the performance of atiratra yaga, the choice also that he doesn't use his vessel shodashi. So that is left up to the choice of the person who performs the atiratra yaga. So left to choice. Similarly, is a choice possible in Brahman? That's the idea here. Iti grahana-grahanayo purusha adhinatvad. So whether to use that vessel or not to use it is something that is determined by the person. Purusha adhinatvad vikalpa bhavati. So that vikalpa or choice is possible because it is subject to the choice of the person. Then Bhashya says, Nato iha tatha vastu vishaye dvaitam vasyad अद्वैतं वा इति विकल्पः संभवति अपुरुषतन्त्रत्वात् आत्मवस्तुनः न तो यह तथा, but that cannot be here. Vastu Vishay, with reference to reality it cannot be, because not Purusha Tantram. So Jnanam is Vastu Tantram, Karma is Purusha Tantram. So you cannot decide how the reality is. I can't decide. I can decide how the action is to be performed. Within the scope of the reasonable limits, of course. Not that I call all the shots, but still, whatever freedom of choice has been given to me, within the limits of freedom of choice, I can decide, so kartum shakyam, akartum shakyam, anyatha va kartum shakyam. Whether to do or not do, or do it in a manner that I like to do. As long as that scope is available, which is available. I can't say that this is a pillow, and this is a pot, and this is a cloth. I can't decide that. It is Vastu that decides what it is. What I do with it, I decide whether I have to place it here or in some other way, that I can decide. But what it is, I cannot decide. What to do with it, I can decide. What it is, I cannot decide. That is what the Vastu decides. Similarly, I have no choice with reference to Brahman. Brahman decides whether it is dual or non-dual. And therefore, I can't say that Brahman is dual as well as non-dual, or dual now and non-dual then. न तो यह तथा वस्तु विषय अद्वैतम वा स्यात् कदाचित. Footnote 1. Kadachit means what? Pralaya avasthayam advaitam syat. Or dvaitam va syat, so utpatti avasthayam, and advaitam va, so pralaya avasthayam. So iti vikalpa na sambhavati. That kind of a choice is not possible here. Apurushatantatvat atmavastunah. Because atmavastu, being vastu, is not subject to my choice as to how to know it. I do not have a choice in determining how to know a thing. I have a choice in determining how to do a thing. But I have no choice in determining how to know a thing. Then says Anandagiri, Samprati samuchya sambhavam abhidadhati. See, once you accept the dual, non-dual, then many things come in. Then jnana, karma, samuchya, and a lot of things come in. And so, many things are at stake. You see, when you accept one thing, then there is a lot of things that are at stake. And that's the reason why there is a tremendous insistence here in clearing the fundamentals. We must be very clear with reference to fundamentals. If we are not clear, then lots of other difficulties come. Samprati samuchya asambhavam abhidadhati. Now Vashyakara clearly states the impossibility of samuchya, of combining the two. So, utsarga apavada is one way of explaining, vikalpa is another way of explaining, or samuchya, both, can be there together, is a third way of explaining. That is also impossible. Footnote number 4. Yugapat dvaita dvaitatmakatva asambhavam. That simultaneously it is both dual as well as non-dual. That will be samuchya. Simultaneously karma and jnana is there. That is samuchya. Simultaneously. So either you say in one state it is non-dual, other state it is dual. Choice is there. Or that which is non-dual in one state it is non-dual, but in an exceptional case it is dual. That's the apavada. Or you can say it is both non-dual as well as dual simultaneously. That is samuchya. So yugapat dvaita dvaitatmakatva asambhavam abhidadhati. That also is not possible. Virodhācchayati. So says Bhashyakara, Virodhāccha dvaita dvaitayoho ekasya dvaita dvaitatvayoho virodhācha. That one thing can be both Dvaita as well as Advaita simultaneously, how can it be? So, Sannāpya Sannāpya Vibhayatmikāno, it is neither Sat nor Sat, and so it cannot be simultaneously Sat and Asat, because two totally contradictory things cannot be in one location at one time. So Dvaita Ekasya Dvaita Dvaitayoho Virodhat, that one thing is simultaneously dual as well as non-dual, is self-contradictory. Since Anandagiri, Utsarga, Apavada is one, Vikalpa two, Samuchchayanam Asambhavat. All the three possibilities are discarded or dismissed here. Utsarga, Apavada, general and exception, Vikalpa, a choice, and Samuchchaya, the combination. Tesham Asambhavat, all of these are shown as impossible in Brahman. Nayukta Brahmana Nana Rasatva Kalpana, and therefore that Brahman is Nana Rasam, has more than one rasa, is non-dual as well as dual. That kind of Kalpana, that proposition or that imagination or that view is not proper. Iti phalidamahat tasmaditi. So that is the conclusion of this discussion, tasmad. Tasmad na suvikshita iyam kalpana. And therefore, this is not a well-considered view. Your view is not well appears very neat, but then it is not well considered. All right, we will conclude here today, and then from tomorrow we must take up the Krodapatra on the page 1360. So I think we have done the earlier Krodapatra. So this one we should take from all this discussion that we had today. All of that is subject matter of this discussion, the Krodapatra on the page 1360. So that's what we will take tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bādarayanam Sutra-bhāṣya krutau vande bhagavantau punah punah Ishvaro gururatmedi murti bheda vibhagine vyomavat vyapta dehaya dakshinamurtaye namah. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. 55. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Kham Brahma Kham Puranam Vairam Kham Itihasma Aha Kauravyayani Putraha Vedoyam Brahmana Viduhu Vedainena Yadveditavyam. Now going to page 1360 to the Krodapatra. Atreke varnayanti iti arabhya tadasadityantaha प्राक्तन पूर्व पक्ष भाष्य तात्पर्य आविष्करण प्राणी वार्तिकानि उपन्यस्यन्ते अत्र एके वर्णयन्ति. This is the Bṛhadāraṇyaka Upaniṣad. Just to review it again, Purnat Karanat Purnam Karyam Udrichyate. Bṛhadāraṇyaka Upaniṣad proposes what they call a Dvaita Dvaitātmakam evam cha Dvaita Dvaitātmakam ekam Brahma. There is one Brahma, of course, which is Dvaita Dvaitātmakam of the nature of Advaita. Dvaita as well as Advaita. Both are real. Yathakala Samudraha Jalataranga Fen Budbudadhyatmagaha Eva. Just says, what is it that you call ocean is nothing but consisting of the water and the waves and foam and bubbles and so forth. Yathacha Jalam Satyam Tadudbhavascha Taranga Fen Budbudadeha Samudratma Bhutaha Eva Avirbhavataro Bhavadharmina Paramat Satyaha. Just as the water is real, and so also the waves and the water and the bubbles, etc., that are emerged from water also are equally real. Evam sarvamidam dvaitam paramasatyameva jalatarangadivat jalatarangadi sthaniyam. Similarly also this creation, that is duality, is also paramasatyam, is real. Samudra jalasthaniyam tu param brahma, whereas param brahma is samudra jalasthaniyam. And then the Dvaitam or the Karyatmakam Brahma is Jala, Taranga, Phena, Budbudasthaniyam. And also it was explained how, so Purnamidam shows the avastha, the state obtaining now, that is state of sustenance. Purnat Purnam Udachyate. So that is what they call the creation. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. That is the pranaya, the dissolution. Eva Utpatti Sthiti Pralayeshu Trishu Api Kaleshu Karya Karanayoho Purnata Eva. Thus in all the three periods of time, the creation, sustenance, dissolution, Purnata, there is completeness in both Karya as well as Karanam, the effect and the cause. Sacha Eka Eva Purnata. Karya Karanayoho Bhedena Vyapadishyate. Purnata is one, Sacha Eka Purnata, Karya Karanayoho Bhedena Vyapadishyate. So that one Purnata alone is indicated here as Karya as well as Karana. You see, when everybody is accustomed to thinking in a certain way, and when you are accustomed to thinking in a Dvaitic way, all this becomes difficult to comprehend also. Eka Purnata Vyapadishyate cha Dvayoho iti sthite. So Eka Dvayoho Eka Purnata Vyapadishyate. Of both of them, the Karya as well as Karana, both of them are Purna. And so Purnata does not lose its Purnata. The whole does not cease to become the whole just because it is Karyatmakam or Karanatmakam. Because it is both. So Dvaita as well as Advaita. So Brahman, which is inherently both non-dual as well as dual, remains Purna, and therefore the Purnata is not sacrificed just because Brahma is Dvaita Dvaitatmakam. And let us explain how. This explanation is very neat in as much as it explains the Pramanya of the Karmakanda also, which is based on Dvaita, and the Upanishad also, which is based on Advaita. And if you only accepted Advaita, then Karmakanda would have nothing to address, no one to address to, would become redundant. Tat virodha parijihirshya shrutyaya uktam karya karanayo satyatvam samudravat purnamadaha ityadana iti. Tat parijihirshya. In order that Karmakanda does not lose its pramanyam, that both are equally pramana, so for that, to remove that kind of a consequence, Shrutyaya uktam, Shruti has specifically stated Karya Karanayo Satyatvam, that both Karya and Karana, both of them are real. न केवलम श्रुतेः द्वैत सत्यत्वम Kintu adhyakshadeha iti uktam vartike, not only by Shruti, but even by our experience also, we experience duality. So both Karya and Karana, both of them are real. Samudravata, Purnamah ityadana Shrutya uktam. This is what Shruti has stated. This is this neat explanation of this mantra. A very clever or very intelligent explanation, as a matter of fact. And except that it's difficult for us to visualize how Brahman is both Dvaitam as well as Advaitam. And how as Karya and Karana, how it can be. So what kind of change takes place when the Karana becomes Karya, or what happens to that, So it is all right to say that Purnat Purnam Udachyade. So Purnam, which is Karanatmakam Brahma, from that Purnam, the Karyatmakam Brahma, Udachyade, Udbhavati, it arises and emerges. How does it emerge? Is that emergence real? He would say it is real. Then all this Srushti, and so all the Shruti statements talking about the creation, etc., all of them they become meaningful only when there is a real emergence or real creation. And so creation is real, the cause is real, the effect is real, the non-dual is real, the dual also is real. This is the paksha here. So with that, now go back to page 1360. So the Vartika that are given here, they are Praktana Purvapakshavasya Tatparya Avishkarana Parani. The Vartikas quoted here, they bring out the Tatparya, the purport of the Purvapaksha. Quite a few verses are there. Okay. Evam yathodite tavat pramanarthe pyavastite anyachedam vitah kechit vyachakyu rati naipunat. The explanation of this Vartikas is found on the page 1361, somewhere in the middle of the Krodapatra. Purnavakyam akhandadvaya pratyek brahma param vyakhyadam. That's the sequence Bhashyakara has followed. First of all, the Vakya, Purnavadha explained. Akhandadvaya pratyek brahma param. This Vakya in fact reveals Brahma, which is pratyek brahma param. So this Vakya is devoted to revealing the pratyek Atma, the self is Brahman, which is how Akhandadvayam. It is Akhandam, that means it is not indivisible or undivided. As well as Dvayam, non-dual. There is no division of the Jiva and Ishvara, or Jiva and Brahma, or Karya and Karana, or Dvaita and Advaita. Akhanda, Advaya. So Akhandadvaya. He also talks about non-dual, but then accepts some kind of an internal duality, So Purnavakyam Akhandadvaya Pratyek Brahma Param Vyakhyadam. Bhashyakara explained that Vakya as revealing, so Purna, which is non-dual as well as undivided. Idanim Bhartru Prapanja Vyakhyanam Utthabhayati. Now Vartikara takes up for discussion the Vyakhyan of the Bhartru Prapanja Paksha. Evamiti. And so, Vartik there said, Evam yathodite tavat pramanarthebi avasthite. Evam in this manner, the manner in which we explain as to how the Purnamadaha Purnavakya can very well be explained as revealing Brahman, one without a second, undivided, indivisible, and therefore not admitting of any duality or any limitation. So, Evam Yathodite tavat pramanarthepi avasthite. Yathodite, as we explained, so pramanarthe, Purnamadaha Purnamidam, this is Shruti Vakya, which is pramanam, and the meaning of that Vakya is Akhanda Advayam Brahma. This is how we have explained. Even Tathapi, even though this is so, even though that is the proper meaning of that vakya, pramanarthepi avasthite. So this is what pramana vakya says here. Tathapi anyatha idam vachah kechit vyachakyuhu. Even then, kechit, some, that is bhartru prapancha. Idam vacha anyatha vyachakyuhu. This statement of the Shruti is explained in a different way. Atene punat. And then explaining that a great naipunyam or great skill in a, in a very skillful way, some explain this statement in a different way. So, pramanarthe vyavasthite pramanam purna vakyam, the Tika says. So, this vakya, purna vakyam is purnamadaha purnam. This is a pramana vakyam which very clearly states as to how there is only one purnam. That is called by the names adaha and idam. That means adaha, adastvam and idantvam. Both of them can be wrong only if the purnatvam is one. And so, how adaha, remoteness, idam, the what shall we say, the immediateness. So immediacy and immediacy, that and this, all of these kind of concepts that we have, all these concepts are only superimposed. There is no remoteness, there is no thisness, in the sense that all of this is appearance of one Brahman alone. So, even then, so this is a pramana vakya, but this statement is explained in a very clever or very skillful way, in a different manner, by some others, namely Bhartru Prapancha. The Tika says, Katham anyatha vyakhyana vidyasankya tadartham parokta sambandham anudravati. Katham anyatha vyakyanam. How does he explain it differently? How can there be a different kind of explanation? Or why is there a different explanation? Katham anyatha vyakhyana vidyasankya tadartham. So, to explain how Bhartru Prapancha saw the need of explaining this statement in a different way, parokta sambandham anudravati. So Vartikara here reiterates or restates here the sambandha showed by Bhartru Prapancha as to how this vakya, Bhashyakara said this vakya is the upasamhara vakrama brahmava idamagrasid tadatmanam evavet aham brahmasmiti tasmat tatsaram abhavada. How Bhashyakara explained different elements of this purna vakya with different elements of that vakya, and said that in fact this vakya only is an explanation of that vakya or vice versa. And so there is a complete compatibility between the upakrama and upasamhara. Bhartru Prapancha, on the other hand, connects this vakya with another vakya. The whole Bṛhadāraṇyaka Upaniṣad, and therefore you can go anywhere you want, and so he connects this vakya with another one. So parokta sambandham anudravati. The sambandha that is stated by para, Bhartru Prapancha, is being restated here. Purnamityadini. So the next Vartika says, Purnamityadi vakyasya shasthantya vachasasah vaktu kamo hi sambandham ivam yatnad achiklapata. Purnamityadi vakyasya. So this vakya, shasthantya vachasasah. So go to page 1332. यत्र हि द्वैतमेव भवति तदितरः इतरं पश्यति तदितरः इतरं जिघ्रति. This is the last kandika of the 4th chapter or the 6th chapter, by that count. Yatra hi dvaitameva bhavati taditarah itaram pashyati. Only when there is a duality, that one sees something different from oneself. Itara itaram jigrhati, itara itaram rasayate, itara itaram abhivadati, itara itaram shrunoti, itara itaram manute, itara itaram sprashate, itara itaram vijanate. In so many, so Shruti makes it a point to state every kind of a thing just to emphasize, how when there is duality, then there is this pramana prameya vyavahara, or the drashta drashya vyavahara, jnata jneya vyavahara, all of this vyavahara is there when there is no duality. Yatrutasya sarvam atma eva abhut, when however for this one everything becomes the atma. तत्केनकम जिग्रेत, तत्केनकम रसयेत, तत्केनकम अभिवदेत, तत्केनकम शृणुयात, तत्केनकम मन्वीत, तत्केनकम स्पृशेत, तत्केनकम विजानीयात. So when everything is folded up, so you can imagine that to be pralaya avastha, So in pralaya, where everything is folded up into oneself, then what will one see with what? So in his state of creation and sustenance, then dvaitameva bhavati. Then of course one sees the other one. When on the other hand in a state of dissolution there is no duality, then who will see with what? This is how the Vakya also can be looked at. So Bṛhadāraṇyaka connects this Purnamadaha Purnamidam Vakyam with this Vakya, which is the last Vakya of the Shashtadhyaya or the 4th chapter. So Purnamityādi Vakyasya Shashtantya Vachasasaha. This Vakya Purnamadaha Purnamidam is Shashtantya Vachasa. So Vachas, this is a statement at the end, the Kandika at the end of the 6th chapter, the 4th chapter. So Vachasasaha Tayasaha Sambandham Vaktu Kamaha. So Bṛhadāraṇyaka, who is desirous of connecting this Vakya with that Vakya, evam yatnat achiklapata. And to explain that Vakya, Bṛhadāraṇyaka sees the reflection of that Vakya here, and therefore yatnat achiklapata, akalpayat. And so he in fact imagines how Purnamadaha Purnavidam talks about creation, dissolution, sustenance, dvaita, etc. So yatna, with great effort, Bṛhadāraṇyaka has imagined the explanation of this Vakya in order to connect the Vakya with the Vakya at the end of the 4th chapter. That's what the Tika says. Purna Vakyasya yatra hi ityadi Vakyana sambandham vaktum icchandah tadartham Vakshimana prakarana vicharya kalpitavantaha ityartha. So Vartika is in singular, here this is plural. Purna Vakyasya yatra hi ityadi vakyena sambandham vaktum icchandah. So Bṛhadāraṇyaka, so this is manartha, So in the sense of manartha, this plural is used here. So Bṛhadāraṇyaka desirous of connecting this Vakya with the Vakya at the end of the 6th chapter. Tadartham Vakshamana Prakarena. For that purpose, Vakshamana Prakarena, Prakara the manner in which we will just state now, Vicharya Kalpitavantaha. So Yatnat Achiklapata. Then explained as Vicharya Kalpitavantaha ityatha. And so that they imagine or they worked out, after a great thought, they worked out this explanation of the Purna Vakya in order to find the Ekavakyata or compatibility or the sameness with the Vakya occurring at the end of the 4th chapter. Shashtadhyavasanika Vakya Pratika Vakya Grahartha Hi Shabdaha. Shashtadhyaya avasanika. So at the end of the 6th chapter, Vakya Pratika Vakya Grahartha Hi Shabdaha. Vaktu Kamo Hi. That's all. So apparently this He shows the the fact that this Vakya obtained at the end of the 4th chapter. Yatra hi dvaitameva bhavati. This he is the same as that he, So, Shashtadhyaya avasanika. Avasanika was an anta. So, antavakya pratika vakya grahaka. Yatra hi is a pratika. Of that, here Vartikara takes he. So this he is a pratika. That means it shows that vakya, it indicates that vakya. Pratika means the first word, or the first words that you take. And so this he shabda is yatra hi, that he obtaining in yatra hi. Alright. So in what way did they imagine or worked out the meaning of the statement? It says kalpitam vakyartham darshayati. Vartikara shows the explanation which is worked out by Bṛhadāraṇyaka Upaniṣad. The next next Vartika says Dvaita Dvaitātmakam Brahma Maitreyai Varnitam Khila Yatra hi Dvaitamikchitva Yatra Tvasyedi Chadarad. This is Maitreya. So that is the Maitreya Brahmana. Dvaita Dvaitātmakam Brahma Varnitam. So Bṛhadāraṇyaka Upaniṣad has to say that that statement of Maitreya Brahmana, in fact, only so Varnitam. He is explained or described the Brahman of the nature of Dvaita and Advaita. So that's the Brahman that is explained at the end of the Maitreya Brahmana. Kila. So says Tika, Kila iti asammati ukta. Vartikara, by using the word kila, shows his disagreement, But this is what they have done. So Dvaita, Dvaitapakam Brahma, Maitreya, look at this, Look at what they have done. So that the end of Maitreya Brahmana, in the whole Maitreya Brahmana, there is an Advaitam Brahman. At the end of Maitreya Brahmana, Dvaita, Dvaitapakam Brahma, Varnitam. So that is what the Shruti says. This is their explanation. How? Yatra hi dvaitam iti uktya yatra tasyedi cha ādarat. Yatra hi dvaitam bhavati. The whole long passage ādarat with a great commitment. So dvaitam bhavati itar itaram pashyati jigrati rasayate abhivadati and so forth. There's no need to say so much. But every action is as though mentioned here to make sure that you understand that this is the Dvaita is real. And so ādarat, with a great commitment, with a great, so commitment the Shruti says. In both ways, Dvaita as well as Advaita. So yatra hi Dvaitam iti yuktya, yatra tasyedi cha yuktya, ādarat Maitreye Dvaita Dvaitātmakam Brahma Varnitam Kila. This is how it is. So by those statements, at the end of Maitreya Brahmana, Dvaita Dvaitātmakam Brahma is in fact described by the Shruti. Tika says, Maitreya Brahmane Bhinna Bhinnam Brahma iti Vakyam Nasti Chet. We say, So first line is Dvaita Dvaitapakam Brahma Maitreya Varnitam Kila. So he says. Then we may say, Maitreya Brahmane Bhinna Bhinnam Brahma iti Vakyam Nasti. Where did you find? So where did you find the statement which says Brahma is both Dvaita and Advaitam in Maitreya Brahmana? We don't find it, suppose we say. Then it says, Yatra hi Dvaitam iti uktya Yatra tasyedi ādarat. Yatra hi Dvaitam iti Dvaitātmakam Brahma uktva. There also, instead of uktya, it should be uktva. Yatra hi Dvaitam iti uktya, if you say, all right, Brahma uktya. Uktva. अच्छा ठीक है हमारा वो आनी आएगी वस्तु तुम्हारे पास से अच्छा वार्तिक ओके सो उक्त्वा यत्र हि द्वैतमिति उक्त्वा. Okay. यत्र द्वस्य इति अद्वैतात्मकं तदुक्तम्. So yatra hi dvaitameti dvaitaatmakam brahma uktva. So yatra hi dvaitameva bhavati. In that passage, Shruti talks about Brahman, which is of the nature of duality. So of the nature of duality, so possessed of duality. Iti uktva yatra tasya advaitaatmakam taduktam. And then in the passage yatra tasya, so advaitaatmakam Brahma is stated. So Brahman, which is non-dual, that is being stated. तथा च वाक्याभ्याम भिन्ना ब्रह्म सिद्धि इत्यर्थः. And thus, by these two statements, it is very clear that it is established that Brahman is both भिन्ना भिन्नात्मकम, द्वैता द्वैतात्मकम, both dual as well as non-dual. This is the nature of Brahman. All right. The next says Tika. Sambandham vaktu kamaihi arthasched itham kalpitaha tarhi koso sambandha. All right. So Bṛhadāraṇyaka is desirous to establish the connection between that statement and this mantra here. Basically, that is what follows here, after this Vakya of Maitreya Brahmana, all we have is this Vakya only directly. In between, of course, there is Vamsha Brahmana, all right. There are many pages because Bhashyakara took up a long discussion at the end of Maitreya Brahmana. But basically, this Purnamadaha Vakya follows this Maitreya Vakya. After that, in between, there is this Vamsha Brahmana, and then immediately is Purnamadaha, Purnamidam. So that way also, if there is a connection seen between the two, it is not totally unreasonable, of course, because this Purnamadaha Vakya follows. So Bhashyakara sought the explanation by way of the Upakrama Upasamhara. Whereas here, Bṛhadāraṇyaka sees the connection of the Vakya, there is a preceding Vakya. So although there are many pages in our book, actually this last Vakya of Maitreya Brahmana and the first Vakya of this Brahmakhila Kanda here, so both of them are just following one after the other. So if you see a sambandha between the two, it's quite reasonable, it's not unreasonable. Sambandha vaktu kamahi arthaschairitham kalpitaha. All right, if by Bṛhadāraṇyaka, who is desirous of showing the relationship, the sangati, the connection between the two, in order to show the connection, if Bṛhadāraṇyaka has imagined the meaning of that statement in this manner, dvaita dvaitatmakam. Arthaschet itham kalpitaha. If that Maitreya Brahmana Vakya is explained in this manner, tari koso sambandha, all right. So what is that sambandha which they want to explain to you? Iti ashankya tam vaktum akshipati. So having doubted that, to show the sambandha, before showing the sambandha akshipati, there is here a akshepa, means a questioning. Questioning is this, that if you imagine, he is questioning the Siddhanti as though, if you say that Brahman is merely non-dual, then all these problems will come. So, if Brahman is only Advaitatmakam, then many questions are raised. Those questions are first raised, and then in reply to those questions, Bṛhadāraṇyaka gives his position of how the proper explanation is Dvaita Dvaitatmakam. So tam, meaning tam sambandham vaktum akshipati. In order to show the sambandha, the connection between that passage and this passage, for akshepa, the question is first stated here. Akshepa is questioning, negating what you are saying. So, yadi iti. Next statement is, next vardika. Yadi advaitam param brahma tatra syat paramarthatah. Now, taking up that Vakya, Maitreya Vakya, yadi tatra, So tatra iti Maitreyi Brahmanokti, in that passage in Maitreyi Brahmana, id Advaitam Param Brahma Syat Paramarthatah. If that Vakya meant to say that Paramarthatah, in reality, Brahman is Advaitam, only non-dual, that is all it is. Kalpitam prasaje dvaitam toya buddhirivoshare. Then what about Dvaita? If you say that Vakya only delineates Advaitam Brahma, Brahman that is non-dual, then all the duality is only imaginary. So all duality is just projected. Kalpitam prasaje dvaitam. There will be prasanga, the occasion that the whole duality will be kalpitam, is just projection. How? Toya buddhiriva ushare. Just as in the desert, toya buddhi. So just as there is mirage water, imagine the desert, so also the duality would be imagined then if non-duality alone is real. The Tika says, Advaitam Dvaitam va vastavam iti vikalpya. Okay, now in that Maitreyi Brahmana says both. Dvaita as well as Advaita. That's what Maitreyi Brahmana says. Which one is real? So, Advaitam, Dvaitam va vastavam iti. Is Advaita the non-dual real in Maitreyi Brahmana, or the duality, Dvaitam, is real? Vastavam. See, so Bhartru Prapancha will show the problem in both these positions. If you say Advaita alone is real, then these are problems. Dvaita alone is real, then these are problems. So both Dvaita and Advaita are real. This is how we'll arrive at. So first of all, two pakshas are taken here. Advaitam, Dvaitam va vastavam. Is Advaitam non-dual vastavam, the reality, or Dvaitam, the dual, is reality? Iti vikalpya. Adya means what? If Advaitam vastavam. If you say that non-dual alone is real, then Adya. Dvaitasya mrushatva prasaktihi yuktam. Then Dvaita, the duality, will only turn out to be absolutely false. Mrushatva prasaktihi iti yuktam. So, यदि अद्वैतम परम ब्रह्म तत्र स्यात् परमात्मा kalpitam prasaje dvaitam. Meaning is that then dvaita will be totally false. Tatra hetu garbham dushtantamaha. To explain how in that case the dvaita will be totally false, the dushtanta is given containing the hetu. Hetu garbha means the hetu is also contained in the dushtanta. Toya buddhiva ushare. Ushare toyadhivat dvaitadiya brahmatvad ityartha. So, just as Usharam is a desert, how in the desert if you see water, it is totally false, and see also the duality will be totally false. So what is hetu? Brahmatvat. So the hetu garbham drishtantam. Drishtanta contains the hetu, namely brahmatvam. And similarly also, this whole dvaita will be of the nature of Brahma or delusion. So Vedanta says, Ishtameva tasya kalpitatvam. That sounds good. If the dvaita is totally projected or imaginary or false, Ishtameva tasya dvaitasya kalpitatvam, that seems to be all right. What's your problem? Iti asankya. Nirvishayataya srushtyadi shrutehe apramanya prasakti doshama. If you say that if the duality is false, the world is false, that means that there is no creation. Now Upanishad in fact describe in great detail the process of creation. And so, srushtyadi shrutehe nirvishayataya. This srushtyadi, and that karma kanda also is included in there. So all the Shruti statements will have really, they will become redundant, they will become, because there is no creation. They talk in great length, at great length about the creation, where there is no creation at all. So nirvishayataya srushtyadi shrutehe apramanya prasakti dosham. So all those statements of the Upanishad describing the Shruti of the creation, they will all become a pramanya, meaning they will not become valid statement at all. Then there will be arthavada, and that's what, of course, Vedanta will say anyway. But the thing is, they will not be pramanya. So they don't have swartha pramanyam. They will have pramanyam only in some other way, like the arthavada and something like that. And so, what is Murloha Visphulingadi Srishtiya Choditanyatha? Upaya Sovataraya is only upaya, Nasti Dvaitam Kadachana, there is no duality whatever. There is just upaya to show that there is no duality. So Srishti, statement of creation, is in fact to emphasize non-duality and not to emphasize duality. What a wonderful way of looking at it. Very clearly Upanishad said, so yatha pradiptad visfulingat pavakad visfulingaha sahasrasha prabhavante. How from the fire thousands of sparks emerge, and similarly from Brahman this creation emerges. There is very clearly the emergence, if you look at it. But Vedanta, this is what shows the non-duality, So, Dva Suparna Savija Sakaya, there are two birds, which shows duality. Vedanta, no, this is only non-duality. It's amazing how you can see what you want to see wherever it is. Like if you read the Shankarananda Tika on Bhagavad Gita, Tasmad Idyasva Bharata, therefore this is sannyasa, that is how. So Shankarana, you will see sannyasa everywhere, And therefore even when Lord Krishna says Tasmad Idyasva, he means only renounce, something like that anyway. So similarly also Vedanta will see only non-duality everywhere. These people have a lot of problems. So rest of the acharyas have a lot of, and you see that the logic is so tight and everything else that it's very little that you can do with it. And therefore they get more excited about it. But anyway, so here, ishtameva tasya kalpitatvam. If you say that, if the non-duality is real, then duality is false, that is desire. So no, what will happen to all the Srishti Vakyas? All the statements explaining creation, describing creation. Nirvishayataya. There is no Vishaya. See, the Srishti Vakya, the statements describing creation, have creation as their Vishaya. But if you say there is no creation because it is false, then they are talking about something which is non-existent. So if Shruti talks about something which is not there, that means talking is wrong, redundant. That means this statement is not pramana at all. So Srishtyadi Shrutehe apramanya prasakti dosha. So this is what will happen. Is that all right with you? The statements will be apramanam. Is that okay with you? So Vedanta doesn't like to call anything apramanam. Everything is pramanam. And still everything is non-dual, So, mrishattvaditi. So the next vakya says here, mrishatvad bhedajatasya sargasthityaadi sambhavad sargasthitilayanam syad anvakhyanam mrishevatu. Bhedajatasya mrishatvad. If Advaita alone is real, then Bhedajatam, this whole duality will be mrisha or false. Bhedajatasya mrishatvad sargasthityaadi sambhavad. If this Dvaitam or the creation or the world of names and forms is false, then there is no creation because false cannot be created. And so, sargasthityaadi asambhavat, sarga, the creation, sthiti, the sustenance, adi, so laya, all of these cannot be possible with reference to something which is non-existent. And therefore, sargasthitilayanam anvakhyanam mrishayavatu. Anvakhyanam, all these long explanations or long statements about creation, sustenance, dissolution, all of these will become mrisha, meaning all of them also become false or apramanam. And therefore, if you take the duality as false, then all the statements of the Shruti explaining or describing the creation, sustenance, dissolution of this world of duality, all of them also will be false, and therefore they will lose their pramanyam or validity. They will become invalid. In Tika says, Tatreva doshantaramaha. Tatreva means, so dvaitasya mrushatve. If the duality is false, then there will be another dosha also, Shravana iti. The next statement says, Shravana pratipatti cha vyarthe syatam tatha dve atha sveneva rupena dvaitamastidha. So Shravana pratipatti cha vyarthe syatam tatha adve. Tatha similarly, adve. If you say that advaya, non-dual alone is real, then Shravana pratipatti vyarthe syatam. Shravanam, listening to the scriptures. Pratipatti, or the knowledge. So both of them will become meaningless because this is only non-dual. Says the Tika, Advaye vastave sati mananadi sahitam shravanam tat purnata avadhihi anadheya adishayatmani afale syatam tathacha Upanishad apramanyam ityartha. So Srishti Vakyas become apramanam and your Upanishad also will become apramanam. Advaya vastave sati, if the Advaya is real, mananadi sahitam shravanam tat purnata avadhihi. So with reference to anadheya atishayatmani, so with reference to the Atma which is Anadheya Atishaya, So Atishaya means something which can be improved upon. Anadheya Atishaya, so that which cannot be improved upon. So in which you cannot add anything or you cannot improve upon. So Anadheya Atishayatmani Advaye. So non-duality which is of the nature of that which cannot be improved upon. Mananadi sahitam shravanam and tat purnata avadhihi. So this shravana and pratipatti, mananadi sahitam shravanam. So shravanam along with the mananam and pratipatti means knowledge, tat purnata avadhihi. The shravana mananam ultimately must culminate into nididhyasanam and culminate into the knowledge or aparoksha jnanam. All of these will become afale syatam, they will become again redundant or meaningless. Advaya vastave sati. That means if the duality is false and if the non-duality alone is real, then where is the question of knowing it or listening to it, etc. And so if duality also is real and non-duality also is real, then the Shravanam, Mananam and understanding will be meaningful. But if duality is false and non-duality alone is real, then that's what the reality is. So the Shravanam, etc. will have no purpose to serve. Tathacha Upanishad apramanyam ityartha. And that is how Upanishad also become apramanam or invalid. So these two doshas will occur. If the Advaita is real and Dvaita is false, then number one, the Srishti Vakya will become apramanam and the Upanishad Vakya talking about the non-duality also will become apramanam. Because if non-duality is the truth, then what is to talk about? And so Upanishad also will become apramanam. Now second paksha is what? If Dvaita is real, Advaitam, Dvaitam va Vastavam. Two pakshas were there. If Advaitam Vastavam, if Advaita is real and Dvaita is false, then these two doshas will be there. If on the other hand, you say Dvaita is real and Advaita is false, then there will be other doshas. So Dvitiyam Utthabhayadi Athayadi. Then the second part of the same Vartika, Athasveneva Rupena Dvaitamasti bhanyate. If it is said that Dvaitam Svena Rupena Asti, if the duality is real in its own, so duality is real as it is, or Svena in its own nature, if this is what it is, then Dvaitasya swarupena sattve phalitamaha. If Dvaita or duality is swarupena satyatve, if it is real in its own way, then as it is, then the next one is anvakhyanam satameva sargadinam tatha bhaved. Okay, if someone says that the Dvaita is real, then tatha satameva sargadinam anvakhyanam bhaved. Then Sargadina means then the creation, sustenance, dissolution, all of these is described in the Shruti. All of this will be quite right because then the creation also is real. If duality is real, then creation also is real, sustenance is real, dissolution is real. So, satameva sargadinam, then the creation, etc., which are real. So, the explanation of the description given by the Upanishad with reference to creation, etc., will be of the real reality, and the creation will be real if you accept the paksha that Dvaita is real. Then that is all fine. So Dvaitasya swarupena sattve, this is phalitam. If Dvaita is real in its own nature, then the description of the creation, etc., in the Upanishad will be of the real duality, of the real creation, in which case they will be pramana. Okay. Then Tika says, Sargadi Shrutehe Manatvam Angikritya Dushayati. Alright. Then Sargadi Shruti will become pramanam, will become valid. But then there will be another dosha, tathapi. So then the second part says, second part of Vartika, tathapi advaita sandrustehe mrishatvam syad virodataha. In that case, all the statements of Dvaita will be real. But what about the statements talking about Advaita? Tathapi advaita sandrustehe yatra tu asyatmaiva bhut tat kenikam jigre, tat kenikam pasye rasaye, tat kenikam abhivadet, etc. So, tathapi advaita sandrustehe. The Advaita Drishti tasyaha mrishatvam syat, then Advaita Drishti will become false if the Dvaita is real. Says Tika, Advaita Drishti api Dvaita Drishtivat pramatvam ashankya. Why? If the Dvaita Drishti is real, why should Advaita Drishti become false? Virodata haidi. He says, because, says Tika, na ekatre te drishti pramane tamah prakashavat drishtivat ityartha. So, there is Dvaita Drishti, then Advaita Drishti will become false, because ekatra na te drishti pramane. Actually, there must be dual there, drishti, there must be drishti, and pramane must be a separate word. Te drishti na ekatra pramane. Those two, Dvaita Drishti and Advaita Drishti, cannot be pramanam or valid. Tamah prakasha drishtivat iti. Because tamah and prakasha, both of them cannot be in one place. Or seeing one thing as tamas as well as prakasha, just as they are contradictory, so also the Dvaita and Advaita will become contradictory. That means there is dosha in both of these positions. If you take the position that Advaita is real, then the dosha is the redundance of the statement of the Shruti, the Srishti as well as Upanishad, non-duality. If you say that Dvaita is real, then all this Advaita statement will become invalid. Kalpadvaye darshitam dosham nigamayati. And thus the dosha that is stated in both the kalpas, both the vikalpas, nigamayati, here it is now stated conclusively, parikalpitayati. परिकल्पितता दोषः एवमत्र प्रसज्यते तद्दोषापनुत्सायै पूर्णमित्यादिका श्रुतिः स्वत्र परिकल्पिता दोषः एव प्रसज्यते अत्र इति कल्पद्वय उक्तिः. So here in both these positions that we have taken, परिकल्पिता दोष एव प्रसज्यते. In short, this parikalpita means what? You will have to, one of them will be projected. If Advaita is real, Dvaita is projected. If Dvaita is real, Advaita Drishti also will become false, and therefore, in both the positions, there will be kalpana, projection involved. So what is your explanation? So first of all, Bṛhadāraṇyaka showed the problems that will take place if we take either Advaita or Dvaita as real. Then Akshepottaratvena mantram avtarayati. So his explanation of the mantra, or this mantra, is in reply to this Buddha Akshepa of taking Advaita and Dvaita as real. So tad dosha apanunutsaye, aparetam ichchaye. So Shruti is desirous of, so that Vakya was stated. Yatra hi dvaitameva bhavati, yatra tasya sarvam atmaiva bhūt. That was stated. How do you explain that Vakya? Do you take in that Vakya the Dvaita is real, then Dvaita will be kalpitam. If Dvaita is real, then Advaita will be kalpitam. And therefore, in order that that Vakya should not convey any of these senses, therefore, this Purnamada Vakya is stated by the Shruti to explain that Vakya, that both Dvaita and Advaita are real. And so, this kind of possibility will be there that somebody may understand that Vakya in that manner, and therefore, Akshepottaratvena, so tad dosha apanutsaya. So, or anutsaya, for the purpose of removing that dosha, which that Vakya can bring about. Purnamityadika Srutihi. And therefore, this statement, Purnamada, which follows that Vakya, is to explain that Vakya. Because that Vakya in itself can land all these problems. Then you can either say, Yatra hi dvaitameva bhavati, then somebody may think that Dvaita is real. Yatra tasya sarvam atmaiva bhūt, somebody may think that Advaita is real. If one is real, other will be projected. So how none of them is projected, both of them are real, to explain that is the purpose of Purnamada Vakyam. We are now on the page 1362. Shankira doshasya ishyamana apanodartham Purnavakyam ityartha. Shankira doshasya, this dosha that have been imagined, Shanka, that has been rather presented. So there ishyamana apanodartham, to remove the dosha that is desirable, Purnavakyam iti. So it is desirable that the dosha should be removed, and for the purpose of the Purnavakya is to remove this dosha. Then Dika says, Kathamatra nirasanam. How do you say that these doshas have been removed here? In what way? Then it says, Neti, Naiti. न कश्चिदपि दोषोत्र यथा तत् अभिधीयते. Now I will tell you. So यथा न कश्चिदपि अत्र दोषः. In that Vakya yatra hi dvaitameva bhavati,